Imprint thyself for every nerve to keep that thrills to thee the message of my heart. For soon we part, and who shall know how long before the great wheel in this monstrous round restore us to each other and our love. Monstrous great wheel, wheel of time, the periodic meetings, cycle after cycle, birth after birth. You see, a true union of the lovers, absolutely psychic lovers, is supposed to last for 7 lives. For 7 lives, you see. What happens after the 7th life? It's no more necessary. 7, completeness. It's always there, it means. So it is that which will keep on repeating. It is not for the first time Satyavan and Savitri meeting. Through the ages of time, they have been meeting again and again. But now a moment has come for a different kind of their association. And therefore she says, if this moment fails, it does not mean that our love has failed. We'll meet again sometime. Restore us to each other and our love, he says. She is speaking to herself this way. Of course, she would not tell anything of this to anybody, certainly not to her husband, to Satyavan. Too well she loved to speak a faithful word and lay her burden on his happy head. She pressed the outsurging grief back into her breast, to dwell within, silent, unheld, alone. Yes, whatever she has to bear, she must bear alone. She is not going to reveal. In fact, this is a great yogic capacity of Savitri, not to be able to, not to speak of it even to her closest. And it is out of the question to tell to her parents-in-law, but even to her husband, to her lover, she is not giving any indication that this is going to happen at all. It needs a tremendous care, particularly for a woman. You see, a woman would normally blurt out, but she is holding back everything in her. Too well she loved to speak a faithful word and lay her burden on his happy head. She pressed the outsurging grief back into her breast to dwell within, silent and held alone. But Satyavan sometimes half understood. She feels, look, something perhaps something wrong with Savitri. So he feels uneasy. Why Savitri is doing that kind of a thing? Sometimes he gets a little hint or inkling of it, feeling, some perception of it, you see. But Satyavan sometimes half understood or felt at least with the uncertain answer of our thought-blinded hearts. See, because you are constantly thinking, therefore the thought is blinding your heart's response, basically. And unuttered need, the unplumbed abyss of a deep, passionate want. Therefore, he can't understand the passion of her love. What she wants, he cannot understand. All of his speeding days that he had could spare from labor in the forest, hewing wood. So he has to do the daily work. But whatever time he could spare, he would spare it for her, leave it for her. All of his speeding days that he could spare from labor in the forest, hewing wood and hunting food in the wide sylvan glade and service to his parent, to his father's sightless life, he gave to her and helped to increase the hours by the nearness of his presence and his class and lavish softness of heart-shaking words and the close bidding fell of heart on heart. So like lovers, young couple, they will be together, they will enjoy each other's company. She would do that kind of a thing. Whenever he gets time, after attending his all his daily routine activities, after attending his parents, all those things, he would spare some time for her and be in her company. But all was too little for her bottomless need, obviously. Whatever he could spare, that wouldn't suffice for her at all, you see. If in his presence she forgot a while, grief filled his absence with aching touch. When he is away for work or whatever it is, his absence with aching touch. She saw the desert of her coming days. Tomorrow he is going to die, and my life will become a waste. My life will become a desert. Nothing will grow in that. It will get scorched. Nothing will be there. Desert of coming days. Imagine every solitary hour she is going to live like a widow tomorrow. That is very, very sad for her. She cannot bear. It's a desert for her life, you see that, you see. Although with a vain imaginary bliss of fiery union through death's door of escape, she dreamed of her body robed in funeral flame. She knew, see, this is the description of Savitri going as Sati. She sees that if this man dies tomorrow, her life will become a desert. So, do you want to live that kind of a life of widowhood, of fruitless existence? Or you want to disappear entirely with your husband on the burning pyre? Throw yourself on the pyre and burn and disappear. That is Sati. That is Sati. So this is the description of Sati. A fiery union through death's door of escape. Then that will become the door of escape for her. Why? Because she has now escaped the desert by burning herself on the pyre. She has gone away. Therefore, the death becomes the door of escape. Would she cross through that door of escape? That is what now she is considering at the moment, you see. Although with a vain imaginary blame of fiery union through death's door of escape, she dreamed of her body robed in funeral flame. She knew she must not clutch that happiness. But Savitri also knows that no, she cannot disappear like that. She cannot clutch that lonely happiness. Why? Because she knew she must not clutch that happiness. To die with him and follow, seizing his robe across our other countries, travelers glad into the sweet or terrible beyond. She is now weighing the pros and cons. Should she go as Sati and merge into him and remain always blissful even after death with him? That is one possibility. Or the other possibility, should she clutch that happiness of that union of burning herself on the pyre? Or there is something else she has to do here. For those sad parents still would need her here to help the empty remnant of their day. She could go into the terrible beyond by burning herself in the fire along with her dead husband's body. That will be bliss forever for her. But then what happens to these old people here around, her parents-in-law, helpless people? Who is going to help them at all, you see? Satyavani is not there, Savitri is not there. What will they do? For those sad parents, see, it will be a double grief for them. Both of them have gone away and they are old, helpless, blind, all those things. Need her here to help the empty remnant of the day. Whatever few days of their life is remaining, they will keep on weeping and crying all the while. Should she therefore stay back to take care of them, or she go along with her husband's dead body, you see? So that is the kind of conflict at the moment she is facing, you see. Now that conflict for those sad parents. Often it seemed to her the age's pain had pressed the quintessence into her single woe, concentrating in her a tortured world. Now, the important point is Savitri could be in the blissful company of her husband after death by burning herself in the fire of her husband's dead body. She could be always with him there in the terrible beyond. Otherwise, she stays back here to take care of these old people. That bliss of union after death is that bliss greater than the help she has to give to the elderly people. In other words, she has now come to a point that even that personal bliss of hers by going away as sati is not going to satisfy her. What happens to these people here? That will keep on haunting her all the while. She has come here to help this world, this troubled world, and now she is walking away for the lover's bliss. Is that a proper thing for her to do? This is what she is thinking of now, you see. Well, in other words, in the case of Savitri, it only means that whatever she is doing, she is not doing for her personal bliss. Therefore, she will not go as sati. She is not going to go as sati because of her personal bliss. What about this world? The world's bliss is also important for her. Happiness is important. For those sad parents who still need her here to help the empty remnant of the day. What about them? The care. Who is going to take care of this world? Savitri has come down here for that purpose and she walks away like that. She is considering that possibility also now here. And when he is now seeing this conflict in her, often it seemed to her the age's pain had pressed their quintessence into a single woe, concentrating in her a tortured world. Tortured world here epitomized by the sad parents. Tortured world is epitomized by the sad parents, you see here. Sad parents represent, metaphorically, the tortured world. So, the entire grief of this tortured world, of this parent, is now getting condensed in her own single grief. Often it seems to her the age's pain, the pain of this tortured world, being born age after age, it is that which is now gathering totally into her single woe. That moment has come. The entire grief has now got condensed, focused in that thing, concentrating in her tortured world. Thus, in silent chamber of her soul, you see again, she is weighing all these pros and cons, but at the same time, she is silent, calm, unaffected. Thus, in the silent chamber of her soul, crouching aloud to live with secret grief. So love and grief are moving together in her Jesus. She dwelled like a dumb priest with hidden gods, unappeased with the world's offering of her day, lifting to them her sorrow like frankincense, her life the altar, herself the sacrifice. So she is now kindling the altar fire. Savitri is kindling the altar fire and she is offering that the frankincense. This is one of the gifts which the three Magi had brought to Christ. Frankincense, gold and myrrh. Three things. So it is that precious thing, that precious essence she is offering into the fire, yajna. She is kindling the yajna, sacrifice, sacrificial fire, altar. She dwelled like a dumb priest with hidden God, unappeased by the worldless offering of her day, lifting to them her sorrow like frankincense, her life the altar, herself the sacrifice.